West has been all over the place for months now. What makes them think that they don't want to lose power in Africa? Europe will not be able to do anything without the riches of Africa. European officials are worried because of the ongoing shift in power around the world, especially in Africa, where China's influence is growing steadily and Russia's has recently grown. To keep their power in Africa, the President of the European Union, Ursula von der Leyen, offered to be a friend of Africa at the Africa Climate Change Summit in Nairobi, Kenya in September. However, this offer was sadly turned down. What did she offer? And why did this try not work? Let's find out more. Von der Leyen began by saying that the summit is an important step toward the COP28 meeting that ended a few days ago. It will make sure that Africa's voice is heard around the world and that its goals are properly taken into account as the region most affected by climate change. She said today, "I'm not only here to listen to you, but also to offer Europe's help at COP28, so that we can work together on all the issues that are on the desk." Even though our two continents look very different, we care about the same things when it comes to taking action on climate change. This is a topic we talk about a lot. She told them that she wasn't just there to listen to the leaders of Africa, but also to bring them the offer from Europe. There's a good chance that the West, including France and the UK, has never once paid attention to Africa. Instead, they only work to get their plans and ideas across to Africa. Even when things look bad, they always have deals. And as we all know, these deals always favor Europe over the other continent. She said that Europe came forward as a friend for Africa at the COP28 meeting in the UAE, which was just over. Why should Africa be friends with Europe? That's my question. Why should Africa agree to be friends with this person? Over many years, European countries have seen African countries not as friends but as resources to be used. They have seen them as golden uranium mines that should be mined no matter what. Now we're supposed to believe that what she said shows what Europe wants. At this point, I don't think Africans or African politicians are that stupid or naive to believe them. She says that Europe is making this deal so that Africans can be heard. Well, Africa is made up of 54 countries and is bigger than Europe. It has most of the world's important natural and economic resources. At this point, if African leaders are having trouble getting their ideas and views across on the world stage without Europe's help, which many see as Africa's enemy, it makes you wonder if they are qualified to be leaders. Africa does not rely on these countries because it has many resources and a wide range of countries. It shouldn't need help from other countries, especially in Europe, to have its views heard around the world. You can help clean up energy systems and supply lines around the world while also giving people in your country good jobs and economic chances that they deserve. This relationship is good for both Africa and the rest of the world. For example, Africa would gain a lot from growing its clean energy industry because it would speed up the switch to solar and wind power. Africa could add twice as many jobs in the energy field in just a few years. The region could also make enough clean energy to power itself and sell to other countries. And you can see that African leaders are very interested in tackling climate change, but it's not their main goal. If we look closely, it will be clear that the West is the main cause of today's climate problems. Even though Western countries have been involved in environmental problems in the past, now that they have developed, they want developing countries to focus on fighting climate change instead of economic growth. As was already said, the West's acts show that they don't care about Africa and are only interested in themselves. This is similar to what Naledi Pandor said earlier this year. Developed countries have not kept their promises to the developing world, and they keep blaming us in the global south. You must do A, B, and C to stop using coal, lower your emissions, and deal with climate change. These people have grown, and they had thousands of years to do it. We need to start growing and meet their needs quickly.